As a person who does things on the internet, I'm often a target of bad actors trying to sell me things, usually promotional services that promise much but deliver little. The one upside to this is that many of the cold emails they send me are ripe for mockery. For example, hello. I help authors turn their stories into high-impact cinematic trailers and then put those trailers directly in front of over 1 million potential readers. Through my network of 20+ specialized book communities, each with over 50,000 active members, I ensure your book doesn't just sit on a shelf, it trends. Wait, what? I ensure your book doesn't just sit on a shelf, it trends. Oh. Silly me. It's my fault for not interpreting what they were trying to tell me. You focus on the writing, I'll handle the movie-grade visuals and the massive scale promotion to get your story the audience it deserves. Oh yeah, I can totally trust a person named Florida Rachel, who is apparently also named Stevenson James. To which personality do I have the pleasure of addressing? Also, why are you shouting hello at me? What are you, a Mars rover? Or this one. I am interested in the possibility of an integration, a short mention or feature in one of your future episodes. The format and subject we can discuss to suit your content. Compensation, a fixed amount, no commissions. First of all, holy M-dashes. Secondly, since format and subject are at my discretion, I'd like to do a TikTok dance portraying the Symphony of a Carrot for $90,000.
MFW, I made $90,000 dancing with root vegetables.
If you are receptive to such proposals, let me know, and we can discuss the particulars. If not, simply ignore this email. Way ahead of you, Douglas Riley. Or should I say, Mulchin Trad Rad Rabsnand at mail.com. This guy's so good, he went straight to the source. No Yahoos, definitely no G's. Just mail. But on occasion, you'll get the scammer who claims to have read your book and was so captured by it, so moved, they just had to sell you something. These are my favorites because while they're not as inept as the others, they still perfectly embody the notion that scammers make their campaigns as stupid as possible so that only stupid people fall for them. So let's take a look. Hi, I hope you're doing well. I'm preparing a series of editorial features on Medium that highlight new, recent, and noteworthy book releases, including select older titles, through established publications. I came across your book and think it might be a good fit. If you're open to being considered, feel free to share the title, cover, and a link to the book. Best regards, Mia. Couple things. Firstly, who are you? What are your credentials? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you calling yourself Mia when your email address reads LiamAvia68? Is Liam Avia yet another personality? Secondly, if you came across my book, then why do you need me to tell you what it is? What are you, a flatworm? Could you only sense it through touch alone? Thirdly, I've never used or even looked at Medium before, so after examining it for about 2.5 minutes, you can determine that whatever venture Mia's planning is dead in the water. In all seriousness, for those who don't know, Medium is a platform where anyone can publish writing pieces about pretty much anything they want. Literature, journalism, science. I guess it could function as a good way to put your work in one place, and I'm sure there's high quality stuff on there. But of course, the problem with letting anyone publish is that the platform becomes inundated with hungry aspiring writers shouting into the wind, turning its stock into an overcrowded hodgepodge of desperation and mediocrity. I was actually highlighted in a Medium article a while back. Yeah, that's my fun fact of the day. In other words, an editorial feature on Medium from someone who has no credentials is pretty much a waste of everyone's time. And that's assuming the person is acting in earnest, which Mia is not. So all things considered, what idiot would fall for such an obvious cash grab? Hello, Mia. Thank you for this wonderful and genuine opportunity. It would be awesome to feature my book, The Biohazard Protocol, in Medium. Here we go, we're locking in, boys. We're actually doing it this time. Yes, The Biohazard Protocol, the revolutionary tome about responsible science written by the enigmatic wordsmith himself,
Nick Carlson.
So to recap, The Biohazard Protocol is one of the 17 AI-generated novels published by Billy Coull, the man who fronted the AI-generated Willy's Chocolate Experience out of Glasgow in 2024. It was a colossal meme for a while, with a noteworthy moment being Billy appearing on British television and alleging that no, he actually did write all his books himself.
We used AI for the purposes of helping with grammar, spelling, and continuity.
A claim we thoroughly debunked when I hosted a full live reading of the Biohazard Protocol and exposed it for the robotic slop it truly was. A young scientist named Liam, who had read the Biohazard Protocol as a child and had been inspired by her journey. The Biohazard Protocol is a novel in this story, and it's a novel in my story. So anyone with conviction or measurable gray matter should have known at this point that I'm just some asshole on the internet trying to fuck with them. Hi, thank you for getting back to me. Just to briefly explain how this works, I help authors gain visibility by publishing editorial-style blog features on Medium through established publications, blah 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 blah. Then Mia asks me to give her some marketing-centric perspectives on the book. What do readers connect with most? What outcome do I desire? Would I be open to seeing an example? And it's at this point I suspect that far from talking to a genuinely stupid person, it's more like I'm prompting a genuinely stupid person, or rather, entering inputs into an AI model, which kinda dampened my spirits knowing it's less fun to rage bait an AI than it is a human, but I decided to carry on just to see how far I could push it. Hello Mia, this sounds like a unique opportunity. I can't say I've heard of anything like this before. I have found that readers connected to the Biohazard Protocol's stalwart dedication to responsible science, dogged adherence to temporal transitions, as exemplified in the sun constantly setting over the horizon, and stellar representation, as noted with the antagonistic, shadowy they-thems. For some reason, the leader is referred to with they-them pronouns. And I don't know if the AI was intending to make the leader of the evil organization non-binary. Listen, you thought you could expose us and get away with it? The leader sneered, a sinister smile curling on their lips. You've disrupted our plans, but you'll pay the price. These dubious details impress Mia, who assures me that the strong focus on responsible science, ethical choices, and bigger cosmic stakes makes the story feel meaningful and relevant, not just entertaining. Mia then offers packages. And this is where things chill a bit further because now dollar signs get involved. So I'm stuck with the dilemma of either giving my money to this unscrupulous moron and feeding the beast, so to speak, or trying to dance around payment and potentially scaring her off too early. I decide to take a risk. These packages sound very worthwhile and legitimate. Before I commit to a package, can I see an example of your prior work? Shouldn't be too much to ask. After all, we're trying to build trust, right? Establish a rapport, uphold the values of responsible science. A few days pass with no response from Mia, and I worry that I did scare her off. But undeterred, I press her further, reaching out again to see if you're still in the game as much as I am. In my opinion, it is imperative to feature the Biohazard Protocol in Medium as soon as possible, since its themes of responsible science and non-binary representation are timeless and indispensable. If you cannot provide any examples of your prior work in Medium, could I at least see a mock-up of what the Biohazard Protocol's editorial feature might look like? Pushing the envelope a bit, yeah, but come on. We've been through so much already. I mean, Jesus didn't give up after falling on the path to Golgotha, so why should we? Mia finally responds, sharing the links to her agency and personal Medium platform. Oh dear lord. So her personal Medium platform is just her account on Medium, Nexa Book Hubs, a name which was never mentioned in any of our email exchanges. Nexa Book Hubs doesn't appear anywhere else on search engines besides Medium. A bold visibility strategy, I'll give her that. The profile features articles she's published in what I can only assume are marketing campaigns with other authors. True spirituality and the law of attraction, a beautiful symbiotic relationship. Oh my god, the law of attraction again! It's all coming together. It's a cycle, a simulation. I am merely a figment of Billy Coull's imagination. Sounds like a fate worse than death, good god. All these articles reek of AI-generated prose. They're vaguely worded, similarly structured, and glaze the books in such a way you could have only gotten from reading the description on Amazon. I seriously hope none of these authors actually paid for this. Granted, I've made similar mistakes in the past when I was just starting out. So trust me when I say, you deserve better. Anyway, what's this other link? Is this Mia, or is it Liam? No, it's Yowanda. So how many personalities are we at now? 3. Yawanda Black seems to have posted a handful of Medium articles herself between 2016 and 2020, centering around freelance writing and social media engagement. Her Twitter account has been inactive since 2021, with one link leading to a teachable.com page about publishing online, and another link which expired and now tells me where I can get office printers. For the record, I don't think Yawanda is Mia, nor is she associated with Mia, nor is there any proof she's involved in any scam activity. In fact, I don't know why her links are in this email. It makes no sense. Hey there, post-production Nick. It's the night before the video is supposed to go up. I was doing some deeper digging on Yawanda Black, and I found out that she actually passed away in September of 2021. So firstly, my deep condolences to Yawanda's family and loved ones. I'm sure she was a wonderful person. And secondly, it makes it even more baffling and insulting that Mia included Yawanda's links in the email exchange. Like, have you no respect? Have you no shame? Whatever. Anyway, back to our dignified and airtight business discussion. Thank you for these. I can tell from the links you provided exactly what kind of ship you're operating. All this sounds like a very enticing opportunity. My question for you is, though, are you committed to capture the Biohazard Protocol's more esoteric themes, such as the constancy of the sun setting over the horizon, the symbolic nomenclature of Senator Lawson, and the arc of Maya the Rainforest Girl? Before I commit to a package, I just want to see what a mock-up of this might look like. I can tell that you can make one really quick if you wanted to. Too much? I asked myself. I really don't want to have to pay this person. I know some scambaiters do go those lengths, but I'd rather hold on to whatever cards I have left. That said, this was about as ridiculous as I was willing to go, and I suspected I'd crossed over into being repellent. Sure enough, a few days passed, and it seemed my shenanigans had gone too far. I'm pleased to let you know that I've completed the sample Medium blog article for you. Oh my god. What is happening? What if humanity is not ready for its own discoveries? The Biohazard Protocol. Best-selling? Yeah, maybe on paper. Because you can just write 9 billion copies sold on a piece of paper and claim it's a bestseller. I'm surprised people don't do that more often. I cannot believe she actually did it. I'm just gonna read this thing in full because it deserves all our attention. The world is changing faster than we can control it. New technologies promise progress. Scientists push boundaries every day, but what happens when a breakthrough is too powerful to be handled safely? In the Biohazard Protocol, Dr. Emily Reed makes a discovery that could reshape the future of humanity. Her creation is not meant to dominate or destroy. It is designed to protect. The Biohazard Protocol offers a way to manage dangerous scientific advancements before they spiral beyond control. But once knowledge exists, it cannot be unseen. Powerful forces begin circling her work. Some see protection. Others see opportunity. As pressure builds, Emily must decide how far she's willing to go to defend the ethics behind her discovery. Then something unexpected changes everything. A mysterious signal arrives from deep space. An intelligent extraterrestrial civilization may be reaching out to Earth. Humanity now faces a question greater than politics or power. Are we responsible enough to join something larger than ourselves? The Biohazard Protocol is a suspenseful science fiction novel that explores innovation, responsibility, and the fragile line between progress and destruction. The future is not shaped by discovery alone. It is shaped by the choices we make after. The Biohazard Protocol is now available on Amazon. And in the spirit of the book, this entire article was AI generated. In the time it's taken me to get to this point, 3 lakes have been drained for data centers. Perhaps I can refill them with my tears. As hilarious as it was still a very basic AI slop summary of the back cover. So I tried pushing a bit further to see if I could get Mia to incorporate the Biohazard Protocol's more memeable elements. And this is what I got in response. Hi Nick. I truly understand wanting to be sure before making a decision. I respect that completely. But I also need to be honest with you before I can move forward with expanding everything fully. I need the package to be purchased. Not because I'm unwilling, but because I've learned the hard way how important it is to protect my work and time. What I shared with you was only a glimpse, a small reflection of the quality I'm capable of delivering. When I'm officially hired, I pour myself into the work. I research deeply, structure intentionally, and write in a way that connects, converts, and truly represents your vision. What you saw was just the surface compared to what I will actually deliver. If I may open up for a moment. Late last year, I worked with an author who asked me to write 5 blogs before payment, just to test my ability. I trusted him. I stayed up late nights, gave my creativity, my strategy, my energy. The blogs brought him traffic. And then, silence. No payment, no reply. Just gone. It wasn't just about the money. It was about feeling taken for granted, about realizing my effort and passion were used without value being placed on them. I promised myself I wouldn't put myself in that position again. But when I spoke with you, something felt different. I genuinely liked how you communicated. It felt respectful, professional, honest. That's why I stepped outside my comfort zone to share a sample with you. Nick, I don't take projects lightly. When someone hires me, I treat their brand like it matters because it does. I care about delivering work that makes you proud, that drives results, that reflects excellence. You've already seen that I can do the job, and you said the sample was good. Imagine what happens when we move forward properly, and I can give you my full commitment without hesitation. If you're ready, I'd truly love to move forward and send the payment link so we can begin. I'm ready to give you my absolute best. Thank you for hearing me out. Warm regards, Mia. What is going on? This is the first time I've ever been guilt-tripped by an AI. This is like a bad sci-fi movie. Goodness me. I genuinely liked how you communicated. It felt respectful, professional, honest. Mia, I could fart in a box and ship it to you, and it'd be more respectful, professional, and honest than any of us have been with each other. But finally, I decided to be honest and end the conversation with what I could have done long ago. So yeah, this was an overdrawn and pitifully funny experience that I just wanted to share with you all. And I'm sure I haven't made any serious impact from this, but if all I did was just raise awareness to this person and others like them, then I think that's good enough. There are a lot of bad actors out there willing to prey on writers craving validation. And I know how it must feel seeing your work at the center of attention, to have someone talk about it in a way that's positive and praising. You get that boost of confidence, that lick of success, the assurance that maybe your future in writing looks bright. But recognize that these people don't care about you or your book. No one's going to see whatever campaign they'll run, no one's going to get to know you from it, and they don't care. All they want is your money. And with the advent of generative AI, it's become even easier for them to do so. So stay vigilant out there, and above all, remember your worth. No matter how much or little exposure you have, the fact that you're out there trying to do something honest automatically puts you miles above these people. And in this day and age, that's saying a lot. Take care, everyone. See you all next time.